Who are you really? This question, seemingly simple, echoes through the corridors of your mind, touching the deepest recesses of your soul. It's a question that has been asked by sages, philosophers, and seekers of truth for millennia. The answer, however, is not found in your name, your job, or your personal history. We must go deeper, beyond the surface, to find the essence of who we are. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to define ourselves by external markers, our careers, our achievements, our relationships. But if we strip away these layers, what remains? When we look beyond the roles we play and the identities we adopt, what do we find? This is a journey inward, one that requires us to turn away from the noise of the world and listen to the quiet voice within.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Imagine for a moment that you are standing in front of a mirror. What do you see? You see a reflection of your physical form, the body that you inhabit. But is this body who you are? Our bodies are vessels, changing and aging over time. The child you once were has grown into the adult you are now, and yet, there is a continuity of self that transcends these physical changes. What is this unchanging essence that persists through the flux of life? Consider your thoughts and emotions. They are constantly shifting, influenced by your experiences and interactions. One moment you might feel joy, the next sorrow. Thoughts arise and fade, like waves on the surface of the ocean. Are you your thoughts and emotions, or are they simply experiences that you witness? If you can observe your thoughts and emotions, then who is the observer? This observer is the key to understanding who you really are. There is a part of you that remains constant, a witness to all that you experience. This witness is not bound by time or circumstance. It is the silent, still presence that watches the play of life unfold. In this presence, we find a sense of peace and clarity that is untouched by the chaos of the external world. We often seek to define ourselves by our past, our memories, our personal history. But the past is just a story that we tell ourselves, a collection of events that have shaped us, but do not define us. If we are not our past, then who are we? Are we the roles we play, the parent, the partner, the professional? These roles are important, but they are not the entirety of who we are. They are aspects of our experience, but not the essence of our being. Imagine being in a state of deep meditation, where thoughts and roles dissolve, and there is only the pure experience of being. In this state, there is no past or future, no roles or labels. There is only the present moment, and in this moment, you find a profound sense of presence and awareness. This is who you are, a being of pure consciousness, beyond time and space, beyond form and identity. In our daily lives, it is easy to become lost in the roles we play and the stories we tell. We identify with our successes and failures, our desires and fears. But these are just the surface layers of our existence. Beneath these layers lies the true self, the essence of who we are. This true self is not concerned with external validation or material success. It is content in its own being, at peace with itself and the world. Goa. To connect with this true self, we must cultivate awareness and presence. This means being fully present in each moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them. It means recognizing the transient nature of our experiences and finding the stillness within. In this stillness, we discover the unchanging essence of who we are. This journey of self-discovery is not always easy. It requires us to let go of our attachments and illusions, to face our deepest fears and insecurities. But in doing so, we find a freedom and clarity that is beyond anything the external world can offer. We realize that we are not defined by our circumstances or our past. We are not limited by our roles or identities. We are infinite beings of consciousness, connected to the greater whole of existence. Think about the moments in your life when you have felt a deep sense of connection and peace. Perhaps it was while watching a beautiful sunset, or in the embrace of a loved one. In these moments, the boundaries of the self dissolve, and we experience a sense of unity with all that is. This is a glimpse of our true nature, a reminder of who we really are. As we continue on this path of self-discovery, we begin to see the world with new eyes. We realize that the essence of who we are is the same essence that animates all of life. There is a profound interconnectedness that binds us to each other and to the universe. This understanding brings a sense of compassion and empathy, a recognition that we are all part of the same cosmic dance. We are not separate from the world. We are a part of it. Our true self is not confined to the boundaries of our individual existence. It extends beyond, encompassing all of life. When we awaken to this truth, we find a sense of purpose and meaning that transcends the mundane concerns of daily life. We realize that our true purpose is to live in harmony with ourselves, each other, and the world around us.
In this realization, we find a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. We no longer seek validation from external sources, for we understand that our worth is inherent in our being. We no longer fear the unknown, for we trust in the wisdom of our true self. We no longer feel isolated or alone, for we know that we are part of a greater whole. As we embrace our true nature, we begin to live more authentically and wholeheartedly. We let go of the masks and pretenses that we have worn, and we express ourselves with honesty and integrity. We honor our inner wisdom and follow the guidance of our true self. In doing so, we create a life that is aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. This journey of self-discovery is a lifelong process. There will be moments of clarity and moments of confusion, times of joy and times of sorrow. But through it all, we remain anchored in the awareness of our true self. This awareness is our guiding light, illuminating the path ahead and leading us towards greater understanding and fulfillment.
In the end, the question of who are you really is not one that can be answered with words or concepts. It is a question that invites us to experience the truth of our being, to live from the essence of who we are. It is a journey that takes us beyond the confines of the mind and into the depths of the soul. It is a journey that transforms us, revealing the infinite potential and beauty of our true nature. So, as we continue on this journey, let us remember that we are not defined by our external circumstances or our past experiences. We are not limited by our roles or identities. We are beings of pure consciousness, connected to the greater whole of existence. In this awareness, we find the answers we seek and the peace we long for. We discover who we really are. As we continue to explore the depths of the question, who are you really? We begin to see the layers of our existence unravel. Each layer, whether it be our physical form, our thoughts, our emotions, or our roles, serves a purpose, but does not define our true essence. This realization brings us to a deeper understanding of our being, one that transcends the limitations of the ego and connects us to a universal consciousness. We often hear the term ego being used to describe the part of us that seeks validation, control, and distinction. The ego is like a mask, a persona that we adopt to navigate the world. It is shaped by our experiences, our upbringing, and the society we live in. While the ego plays an important role in helping us function in the world, it is not who we truly are. The ego is transient, ever-changing, and often driven by fear and desire. Imagine for a moment the vastness of the ocean. The waves on the surface are like our thoughts and emotions, constantly moving, rising and falling. The ego is like a boat on these waves, navigating through the ups and downs of life. But beneath the surface lies the depths of the ocean, still and serene. This depth represents our true self, the unchanging essence that is always present, regardless of the turbulence on the surface. Connecting with this depth requires us to move beyond the ego. This is not about rejecting or fighting the ego, but rather about understanding its nature and seeing it for what it is, a tool, not the master. When we recognize that the ego is a construct, we can begin to disidentify from it and connect with the deeper aspects of our being. One practical way to connect with our true self is through mindfulness and meditation. By cultivating a practice of mindfulness, we train our mind to be present in the moment, to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. In this space of awareness, we create a gap between our true self and the ego. We begin to see that we are the observer, not the observed. We are the awareness in which all experiences arise and fade. Meditation helps us to silence the constant chatter of the mind and connect with the stillness within. In this stillness, we experience a sense of peace and clarity that is not dependent on external circumstances. We touch the essence of our being, the pure consciousness that is beyond form and identity. This experience can be profound and transformative, offering us a glimpse of our true nature. However, this journey is not without its challenges. The ego will resist, as it fears losing its control and dominance. It will create distractions, doubts, and fears to keep us anchored in the surface reality. But with consistent practice and a commitment to self-awareness, we can navigate these challenges and deepen our connection with our true self. Another important aspect of this journey is self-inquiry. This involves questioning the beliefs and assumptions that we hold about ourselves. We ask deep, reflective questions such as, what is the source of my thoughts and emotions? Who is the I that experiences these thoughts and emotions? What remains when all thoughts and emotions subside? Through this process of inquiry, we peel away the layers of illusion and come closer to the truth of our being. It is also essential to cultivate a sense of compassion and acceptance towards ourselves. The journey of self-discovery can bring up difficult emotions and past wounds. As we face these aspects of ourselves, it is important to do so with kindness and understanding. We recognize that these experiences are part of our human journey, but they do not define us. We are more than our pain, more than our trauma. We are the consciousness that holds these experiences, and in this recognition, we find healing and liberation. Consider the concept of interconnectedness. Quantum physics and spiritual traditions alike suggest that at the deepest level, we are all connected. The boundaries that separate us are illusory, created by the mind. When we connect with our true self, we begin to see this interconnectedness more clearly. We realize that the same consciousness that flows through us flows through all of life. This understanding brings a sense of unity and compassion towards others. We see ourselves in others, and others in ourselves. As we embrace this interconnectedness, our actions and relationships begin to change. We move from a place of competition and separation to one of cooperation and unity. We seek to uplift and support others, knowing that in doing so, we are also uplifting ourselves. Our relationships become more authentic and meaningful, based on mutual respect and understanding. In this state of awareness, we also become more attuned to the natural world. We recognize that we are part of a larger ecosystem, and our well-being is intertwined with the well-being of the planet. We begin to live more harmoniously with nature, making choices that are sustainable and respectful of all forms of life. This shift in consciousness can have a profound impact on the world, as more and more people awaken to their true nature and the interconnectedness of all life. The journey of self-discovery is ongoing. There is always more to uncover, more to understand. Each moment offers an opportunity to deepen our awareness and connect with our true self. It is a journey that requires patience, perseverance, and an open heart. But the rewards are immeasurable. As we come to know who we really are, we find a sense of peace, purpose, and fulfillment that is beyond anything the external world can offer. So who are you really? You are not your thoughts, your emotions, your roles, or your past. You are the consciousness that witnesses all of these experiences. You are the stillness beneath the waves, the depth of the ocean. You are connected to all of life, part of a greater whole. In this awareness, you find the answers you seek and the freedom you long for. You discover the infinite potential and beauty of your true nature. This is who you really are.